So Andrew Schulz continues to get worse and worse by the day. I don't know how Charlemagne deals with it at this point, if I'm being honest with you. Charlemagne is like, I mean, sometimes he hosts The Daily Show. You know, he's got The Breakfast Club. Like, he's pretty solidly, like, democratic, lefty type dude. But Andrew Schulz, man, I mean, he is the classic, like, know-nothing bro who hopped on the Trump bandwagon for the vibes and tried to ride the wave of Trump's popularity online with a bunch of shitheads on the internet. So anyway, it is a short clip, but I think it speaks for itself. Let's watch and we'll break it down.
It's just funny to me that, like, there are people that were happy Charlie Kirk got shot because they disagreed on opinions, and they're fighting for due process for people who are driving fentanyl into the fucking country. Like, what the fuck do we live in? Why do we have more humanity for people who are actually profiting off of killing Americans?
But you shouldn't be like those people.
What do I got to do?
Don't become what you hate.
Exactly. What do you mean?
You're Christian.
I hate people trying to kill Americans.
You hate people
trying to kill Americans. So if you're trying to kill Charlie Kirk, or if you're trying to bring fentanyl in here, I hate both of y'all.
First of all, the people that the Trump regime are blowing up in the Caribbean and the Pacific, they are not drug traffickers. They are not bringing in fentanyl. In fact, there is zero fentanyl that comes from Venezuela. Zero, none, zip, nada, nothing. Absolutely nothing. In fact, they've blown up these boats, and people have done analyses on it. You would need to refuel these boats 20 times for them to reach the U.S. from where they are, with the size of the boat and the size of the engine. 20 times. Andrew, they are lying. The guy who came on your podcast and lied to your fucking face, he's also lying to the country when he pretends like, we're going after narco-terrorists. What does that even mean? What is a narco-terrorist? I mean that sincerely. What is a narco-terrorist? Is the argument they're going to bring the cocaine or fentanyl or whatever into the country? So that's the narcotics trafficking part of it. But the terrorist part of it is what? After they dump the fentanyl in the country or give it to their drug dealer friend, they then go do a suicide bombing in a cafe? What is a narco-terrorist? They just say shit and people swallow it and they don't critically think about it for a fucking second. Nobody's doing terrorism for drugs. That's not happening. And even if these people were just trafficking drugs, the way that we handle that in a civilized society is the Coast Guard stops them, boards the ship, confiscates the drugs, and arrests them. That's what happens. But no, everybody just stopped thinking in the Trump era, and whatever daddy does, they just, I guess that's how we do it. It's like, really? That's how we do it? We instantly vaporize and murder and do terror attacks against people who are on dinghy fishing boats in the Caribbean? Are you kidding me? Now, by the way, anybody who's followed these stories knows, and if you watch this show, we followed it, you've seen me cover it and stuff, but one of the boats that was vaporized, it was from Trinidad and Tobago. Another boat was from Colombia. The rest of the boats, most of them were from Venezuela. The ones in the Pacific, I don't even know where the ones in the Pacific are from, if I'm being honest with you. But the reporting on the ones in the Caribbean were, as I said, Trinidad and Tobago, Colombia, Venezuela. All of them. Zero evidence they're anything other than fishing boats. Zero. In fact, MAGA was desperately trying to cover Trump's track one day. And what did they do? They decided, let's post this video from a satellite that looks, or from like a plane or helicopter, which is zoomed in and you could see the drugs in one of the boats. So they posted it, they ran with it. You're telling me these aren't drug traffickers, lefties? Well, come to find out, people were able to, backdate where the photo was from. It was from 2009. It was a photo from 2009, completely fucking unrelated. They were just lying to cover his tracks. Again, even if it was drug smugglers who they're killing, that is not, you don't instantly murder and vaporize and do terror attacks against drug traffickers. That's insane. So, but I think you get the point. They're murdering innocent people. Let me repeat, they're murdering innocent people. There have been 21 boats that they bombed and sank, and 83 people have been killed in those bombings. That's as of right now. By the time this video drops, it might end up being more than that, okay? So here's Andrew Schulz, and he's justifying this. He's rationalizing this. He's saying, you want due process for those people? Yes. 100% yes. Especially because I know that they're fucking lying. I know. You take these people's words seriously? I mean, we just got the news that, the James Comey arrest that happened? Well, they didn't even present it to the fucking grand jury. They didn't even present it to the grand jury. They got the indictment and they didn't even fucking present it to the grand jury. And they fucking took back one of the original things that they submitted and then resubmitted something else full of lies, didn't present it to the grand jury, but he was indicted anyway. This shit is wildly illegal. All of this is so illegal. They don't care, bro. They don't care. These are fucking fascist death cultists. That's what they are. Trump is a fucking chaos agent. And so, yes, of course they should fucking have due process. Now, to the other point, the Charlie Kirk thing. Here's what I saw when it came to Charlie Kirk. I saw a lot of lefties pointing out hypocrisy. I saw a lot of lefties making jokes and pointing out hypocrisy. Like, for example, quoting Charlie Kirk verbatim and tweeting it. Like when Charlie Kirk said, I think some gun deaths are worth it to have the Second Amendment. Yes, in the wake of him getting shot, were there some snarky assholes who were like, shit, of course I'm going to post this. Because this, like, hey, this is your ideology, your philosophy in action. Yeah, the Second Amendment is worth it, even if people get shot and killed. Of course they're going to post that in that scenario. So that's what I saw. And the other thing I saw is such a massive, colossal cancel culture backlash to that hundreds of people were fired and lost their jobs because they dared to make a joke in the wake of Charlie Kirk being killed. Now, in the past, Andrew Schulz would tell you, he's against cancel culture and I'm for free speech and I hate it when the cancel mob comes for people. I'll defend free speech. Even if it's offensive, I'll defend it. That's how it works, bro. This is what the First Amendment's all about. This is what free speech is all about. Oh, well, would you look at that? Suddenly, when the target is not a gay person or a trans person or an immigrant, all of a sudden, that's not your commentary. Now your commentary is, you think people are happy Charlie Kirk got killed. Just unbelievable. Like, it's endless charity for the right and for Donald Trump, assuming he wasn't murdering innocent people, even though all the evidence fucking says that. And it's endless straw manning of the left, saying, well, you all wanted Charlie Kirk to be murdered. And you could tell Charlemagne is trying to deal with this as well as he can. He's saying, don't become the thing you hate. I think what he's trying to get at there is like, well, hold on. If you think it's fucked up that people wanted Charlie Kirk dead, well, you also shouldn't want the people dead who are being blown up on the fishing boats. That's kind of what I think Charlemagne is trying to say. Like, don't celebrate people being blown to smithereens on dingy fishing boats in the Caribbean, because you're becoming the thing you hate. If you think it's so callous when lefties were celebrating when Charlie died, well, you shouldn't celebrate that. That's what he's trying to say, I think. And Schulz just couldn't fucking even digest it, right? So anyway, I feel bad for Charlemagne having to deal with this guy. But he's just so, like, it's tired, stale, fucking, warmed over bullshit right-wing talking points from 2018. Like, is anybody else sick of this shit? God damn it, man. It's like enough already. All the fucking endless charity. All these people voted for a colossal warmonger who's waging the biggest war on free speech in our lifetimes, right? All of his lawsuits against people who wrote articles he didn't like or released a poll he didn't like. But no, he'll still claim to be the champion of free speech and comedy is back, baby. Well, certainly not from you, it's not, because I ain't laughing and I don't think many people are. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.